What is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 137 of Beef's Beef. I'm going to be bringing you guys a great interview today. I'm pretty excited for you guys to see it. But before that, like always, I want to let you guys know that we are sponsored by Crystal Lackey at Stockton Mortgage. Hit Crystal up if you want to refinance, if you want to get a loan, anything to do with loans and getting a house. Hit up my friend Crystal Lackey. Crystal Lackey works for, like I said, Stockton Mortgage. You can get in touch with her at 502-615-0743. Stockton Mortgage is an equal housing lender. MLS number 8259. Crystal Lackey, MLS number 173-5979. Now today, I'm bringing you guys an interview with a guy that is a long friend of mine. Played against each other in basketball in high school. His team always beat the brakes off of us. You've actually heard me mention his team before. We're going to be talking about some great times. We're going to be talking about some times that that he wishes didn't happen, but at the end of it, we're in a good place. So, I'm welcome to the podcast, a former first-team All-State pick by the Associated Press and the Louisville Courier-Journal. Was named to the Lexington Herald Class of the Commonwealth, which listed the top 22 players in the state. Was a former three-star linebacker out of Louisville, Kentucky. A back-to-back state championship winner for Class 3A in football here in Louisville, Kentucky. Went to back-to-back Sweet 16s with his high school basketball team as well in 2008 and 2009. With Louisville Central. Was the district most valuable player as a senior and a 4-year starter. All district and all region honoree. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to my friend, Mr. Ridge Wilson. What's up, Ridge? How's things going, man?
What's going on, man? I'm doing all right. I can't really complain too much, man. You doing okay?
I'm good, man. It's been a long time since I've seen you, man. It's been, probably, I guess, when I seen you at Jefferson Mall right before your junior year.
Yep. I know, man. I didn't think you would recognize me. I done gained so much weight.
You had, dude. You were huge. Like when we walked away, I told my buddy, I was like, that guy has got so big. It's insane.
Yeah. I was 200 pounds coming out of high school, and then right now, man, I'm like 275.
That's what you are now?
Yeah. I'm 275 right now, but my playing weight was like 255.
So, like I said, man, you and I go way back because, you and your teammates used to beat my team down all the time in high school. I always tell people about the team your sophomore year, dude. That's the best team I've seen in Louisville in my lifetime.
Yeah. We was highly talented, man. I wish we had Lee McGee, Paul Bunton,
Randy Skeen.
Brandy Skeens, Levon Morris, Alex Morrison, Chris Starks. Yeah, we was loaded.
What's funny, man, is I actually work with Chris Starks' brother. He's my boss.
He is?
Yeah, Chris Starks' older brother is my boss.
A small world, man. Yeah, Chris was our point guard that year.
Yeah, y'all were nice, man. And I actually, after high school, I actually became really good friends with Leland Banks. Leland's my guy, too.
Yeah, I forgot Leland was there, too. Leland was actually my quarterback at Central that year.
Yeah. So you just talked about that team. In your opinion, if everything didn't go the way that it did, I know you went to the Sweet 16 your junior and senior year. You think that could have been a 3-time thing if you would have kept that team together?
Yeah, most definitely, man. We had the talent. I mean, I think my sophomore year we probably had more talent than we did the years that we actually went to Rupp. We just didn't have that. We had a lot of kids or a lot of players that didn't buy into the system. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they was kind of doing their own things, and they really didn't want to listen to Bibby. So it was one of those situations where I think we ended up losing Paul Button at the end of the year. We lost Lee McGee.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And honestly, hand, pound for pound, they was our two better players. You talking about 3-4 big guard, 4-3 big guard, you know what I mean? So we had talent. Guys didn't buy into the system until my junior year.
Yeah, I remember seeing when you all still had Lee and you all went and played E-Town against
Pettigrew.
Stephon Pettigrew, and he gave Pettigrew 40.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you how much talent that the kid had. And that was just natural talent. It really didn't work out. He was just, he was a baller, man. And, Lee's no longer with us anymore.
Yeah,
he was killed a few years ago, but he was a baller, extreme. He was about 6'5" guard. He could play.
Trust me, I know how big he was. I took a charge on him, and he pushed me into the stage. So I said, "I'll never take a charge on that guy again. There ain't no way."
Yeah, he was a big kid, man. He was athletic, though. That's the thing. He was a big body, but he could actually move, though.
Yeah. So your junior and senior year were pretty good as far as anybody that I know. You go to the Sweet 16 in basketball, and you win back-to-back state championships. I know you went to college to play football. You played it. You were on the Chiefs. But which one did you enjoy more? Did you enjoy going to the Sweet 16 more, or did you enjoy winning the state championship?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Probably Sweet 16, because no bragging and boasting. I knew I was good in football, basketball. People really didn't know how good I was, and I was a competitor. Still am. But it was one of those things where it took a lot more out of me to. I'm sorry, you still there? Somebody was calling. Sorry. Yeah, it took a lot out of me to kind of get to that point. And we literally, you had to buy into the system, as I spoke earlier. And, you took a lot more skill to really get to that level, man. And we was, matter of fact, my junior year, they was 0-8. The basketball team was 0-8 before the football players came back. And we made a run all the way to Rupp.
You and Tim Patterson joined the team?
Me and Tim Patterson. Yep.
See, I remember you from when you first came in as a freshman, because I was 2 years ahead of you. You were the same grade as my younger brother. And I was playing against you, and I was like, how old is this dude? And then they said you were a freshman. I was like, dude, what? This dude, you were already grown as a freshman.
Yeah.
I thought you were my age or older, because you played with Leroy and Darryl Bell too. Leroy was nice, man.
Yeah. They was honestly, man, my freshman year, Leroy and Darryl Bell was a senior. I ain't never seen nothing like Darryl Bell. Leroy was a skill guy, point guard, but Darryl Bell, DB, had it all. He could play multiple positions. He could dribble. He was like Lee McGee, but he was more technical. He was more technique. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, he was by far one of the best players that come through Central that never got the publicity.
I myself and my friends that played against him definitely talk about both those guys. We recognize, I said, because we had to play against you all 2 to 3 times a year, so we knew those guys.
Darryl Bell. We used to go. Me and him used to go against each other at practice every day. Like, he can dribble, he can go rim from rim, he can shoot, he can back up and play defense. Like, he didn't have no flaws in his game.
So after high school, you went on to play for UK, which you and I joked about every time we saw each other. Who did you pick them over? Like, what? And then not only that, which offer, when you got it, were you just like, oh man, like you went and told people like, hey, I just got an offer from them?
I think it was Tennessee. I actually was about to commit to Tennessee. I took a visit down there, and Coach Phil Fulmer, I think was his name. Yeah. He resigned that year. So when he resigned that year, it was one of those things where it made me, have to make a decision. Was I going to go farther out in the South, or was I going to stay home, to a UK or U of L? And I wanted to play against the best of the best. So I ended up choosing, University of Kentucky. And that's pretty much how it went. I talked to Joker. Me and Joker kind of built a relationship, and it went from there. But I actually, if Phil Fulmer was still there, I probably would have went to I would have been a Raw. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I never knew that. See, I always thought it was a Louisville or Kentucky thing. I didn't know.
No, at the time, man, they had Craig Thornton. And I must say this: if Strong was there, my years, I would have went to U of L. But they had Craig Thorpe at the time. And it's so crazy. I actually went to a U of L and UK football game, and I ended up committing right after that game. So I went to the game. The game was at U of L. I went under a U of L, potential player.
Yeah.
And then I ended up committing to UK.
Man. That hurts.
Yeah.
'Cause- so would you say that, wanting to play against the SEC talent and still kind of stay close to home is kind of what ultimately made that decision for you?
Yeah, correctly. Yeah, I wanted to be a SEC player, and to be honest, I mean, like I said, looking back on, I wish I would have got a farther away than I did. But I figured, Lex was, it was, far away, but at the same time, wasn't enough. I mean, I was taking that drive back and forth almost every day, and it just wasn't far enough. I needed 3-4 hour drive.
Because I remember you wearing Louisville stuff back in the day when we was friends on MySpace and
Yeah.
stuff before you even went to Kentucky. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, we got him, man. We're gonna get rich.
Yeah, man. I like I said, I liked the school. Actually, I was communicating with the AD. What's the AD's name that was there?
It was Jurich at that point.
Yep, George. Yep. So we kind of built a relationship. It was just, I don't know, man. I didn't have that it factor for me when I went and met
Yeah.
Craig Thorpe. Yeah. So
I mean, it makes sense. I had season tickets at that point, so I mean, it would make sense on what none of the players seemed to believe.
you get what I'm saying? Like
None of the players disliked him, but none of the players seemed to believe in what was going on.
Yeah, it was down at the time, man. Like the staff and the building was down. Weightlifting was everybody. You walk in the building, it didn't have that feeling. So I was just like, man, I need to go somewhere else.
Yeah. So your freshman year, you get to UK, which
Yep.
was the 2009-2010 season. You played in 11 of the 13 games, including the bowl game. And you guys end up going to the Music City Bowl down in Nashville. So still pretty close to home and everything. What was that season like? Getting to play, maybe not as much as you wanted to, but you still made appearances in 11 games.
Right. It was kind of the getting over the hump point for me. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I was considered a star in high school my whole career, freshman all the way through senior year. So then when you get to college and you seeing big guys, Corey Peters, he played at Central with me, and he played at University of Kentucky with me. Then you had like Michael Johnson, Travar Lindley, Randall Cobb, those
Danny
type of
Trevathan was there
players.
too, right?
Yeah, so Danny Trevathan, Winston Guy, you had all those type of players playing. That was like they, sophomore, junior year when I got there. So just trying to figure out how I measured up to them. You get what I'm saying? So, and me being able to play right beside them and make an appearance and, make some plays out there kind of gave me that sense of confidence to get over the hump. So, I mean, for the most part, my freshman year, it was decent. I really didn't buy in, man. As sad as to say, I didn't buy in until I got kicked out. You know what I mean? So my freshman year, I got in some trouble. I had a ex of mine spit in my face. And this was on campus, and I mugged her, to get her away. And the police, she ended up calling the police. They might have been on the scene just for another situation. And they end up pulling out a warrant for me. I turned myself in. And I think I missed. Matter of fact, I missed the U of L game. Yeah. So I missed the U of L game that year, and then after that, that was kind of how I wrapped up my freshman year.
So what would you say is the biggest / hardest thing to adjust to moving from 3A football to the best football conference that there is in the SEC?
And I think this is just anywhere, man. Football is football, but it's just confidence. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to have confidence in yourself on a whole nother level. You know what I mean? Like you really have to believe in yourself, because the moment you show a weakness, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and I really believe in that. So I mean, just transitioning from the 3A to SEC football, if you got it, you got it, but you got to know the playbook, and you got to actually move like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So confidence is the main thing, man. Especially when you get around guys that you heard about your whole life, your whole career, and they're bigger and stronger than you, but you can't hide talent, man. They're gonna come and get they're gonna come and get you if you got talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that year though, you all had some really big wins. You won at Auburn, you won at Georgia. So I'm gonna ask you, in your opinion, which one would you say meant more to at least you that year? Which one was?
I'm trying to be honest, Joel. I'm trying to think who even played for Auburn that year. This is 2009, 2010. I mean, Georgia always been a hard-nosed football team.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But it was always kind of like a close game between us and Georgia. Auburn, they always beat us, you know what I mean? So I think I would say Auburn. But I think that next year, my sophomore and my junior year, is when Cam Newton was there.
Yeah, I got that to mention, man, because I was at that game.
Yeah, so they ended up winning the championship that year, and I think we played them the closest that whole season. Yeah. They beat us by a field goal, by 3. So we had the talent. To be honest, man, we just never believed. We never believed in how good we was. I mean, like I said, we had numerous, NFL standouts, guys are still playing. It just we never bought in, and I feel like I take a large part of that because I didn't. Like I feel like me knowing what I'm knowing now, and once I left UK, if I would have bought in, the team would have been totally different because, I mean, like I said, I did decent at UK, but I could have been a real problem. I feel like if I would have bought in, I would have been a first-round draft pick easily.
Yeah, so your sophomore year, you played a lot bigger role. You just mentioned your sophomore year. What did you do in the off season to kind of get yourself ready? I saw you the next year in between. I guess it was in between your sophomore and junior year.
Yeah.
And you were huge. So I mean, I'm guessing weightlifting was part of it, and being in a full year at a university when you actually have weight training and food and all that stuff, it's a lot different. But what would you say was the stuff that got you ready for your sophomore year?
Again, man, it was just the confidence part of it. You get what I'm saying? It was mainly me having to force myself and make myself like, okay, I'm not messing up, but I'm not standing out like I know I should be. So, for instance, I might be on the right side. I'm shutting anything down that comes on the right side. But at the same time, you got a guy like Danny Trevathan, Winston Guy, who's making 10 to 15 tackles a game. And I got the same talent as him. So I had to up it up. I had to realize if I wanted to go to the next level, I got to up my play. And, again, Danny, he's making tackles on my side. He's making tackles on Danny's side. It was the motor. I had to realize if I wanted to go to the next level, I need to go ahead and install some type of motor or get some type of energy to make plays because, just being mediocre, man, ain't going to get it, and it wasn't going to get it at the next level.
Yeah, so your sophomore year, like I said, you played that lot bigger role, and you actually recovered a big fumble against your hometown Louisville Cardinals to pretty much seal the win. How big was that for you to know that you pretty much sealed that win? Because that was Strong's. If I remember, that was Strong's first year.
Yeah,
it was at Cardinal Stadium, and I remember that game because I remember the catch that Randall Cobb made going across the middle. Do you remember that catch?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he caught that catch over his head one-handed, and I was just like, this dude's a problem.
Yeah,
and then it was that ending was so bittersweet for me because I was like, I told my brother because I had season tickets that year. That was the first year I had gotten season tickets, and I was like, my guy Ridge just got that fumble to beat us, but like I can't be mad at him. You know what I mean? Like that's my guy. I can't be mad.
Yeah. It did, like I said, and I keep, I'm gonna keep saying it, but it gave me that extra confidence. Like, hey, I'm supposed to be there. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, when you playing at these big schools and you playing at these next levels, the first thing that it questions is your confidence. So me picking up that fumble just gave me that confidence. Like, okay, all right, now I'm somebody that people's mentioning. Now I'm somebody that, teams looking out for. Because, I mean, again, I always heard about the guys that have been there before me, the Danny Trevathan, the Randall Cobb, the Trevor Lindlers, the Michael Johnson, et cetera. So it just gave me that confidence that I needed to be there and that I could really make a difference.
So when you got home to the family cookouts, did you get crap for getting that fumble and beating it?
Oh, yeah, because my uncle used to play for U of L.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Rick Wilson is your uncle that played for U of L back in the day.
Yeah, he played for U of L. So at the family gatherings, they used to always – I had one uncle, he always keep a football with him just because he'll throw it out there. He'll tell me, go get it so you can end the game. You know what I mean? This a little friendly, fun, interaction, man. But no, it was fun though, man. It was a time to remember.
Did you get a lot of ticket requests when you all played in Louisville?
Oh yeah, it was crazy. I literally had to go and ask like the compliance people, like, hey, can I get some more tickets? And then you know how it works, man. Sometimes you got to ask your friends, especially guys from Georgia.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They don't care about this game.
Yeah, they don't got family coming down, so I'm like, hey, bro, can I get your 4 tickets? And that's how. But when you teammates, man, you kind of work together. So if we go to Georgia, and then I
You're
get
giving
them all
yours.
my tickets because I knew my family wasn't coming.
Yeah. So we were just talking about that year I went to watch you guys play. I don't know if you remember Ray that played with me at Portland, Ray Shutt. He was a year behind me, but we actually went to the Auburn Kentucky game for his bachelor party. That game that we were just talking about. So that was the best game I would say you all played all season. Like
Yep.
I don't think you would really disagree with that. And it was against, like you said, the future national champion, the future Heisman Trophy winner,
Yep.
Cam Newton, and the MVP of the championship game was Michael Dyer. It wasn't even Cam Newton, which a lot of people don't realize that. Michael Dyer was a monster.
He went to U of L too, didn't he?
Yeah, he ended up transferring to U of L after that.
Yeah.
So I remember that game vividly because I remember there was one play where Cam Newton rolled out to the right, threw the ball like 30 yards, and I was like, this dude, what? Like you didn't think he was going to get out of it. But what did you feel like? Because you all did lose. You all lost 37-34. It was a field goal literally as time expired.
Yeah.
And you know me, dude. I'm not a Kentucky fan, but that was probably the worst I've ever felt for Kentucky fans because we were there for his bachelor party, and I'd seen you all play so well for 47 minutes and 59 seconds, and he kicks that field goal to win. Did that feel like the best team you all had played all season? That's the first question. And then secondly, what did you feel like you all did differently, or did you all just match up with them really well?
Man, we just start believing in ourselves. You get what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, man, that's all it was. We knew we had talent. The coach, started getting in our shit. And we got a lot of guys from down there, from, Alabama and that area. So it was a lot of communication going back and forth between the players. They was talking crap, you know what I'm saying? We was talking crap. So, we was ready for it. But again, I don't know. It was one of them things where we felt like, okay, if this is the time for us to shine, man, we got to make a point right here. Yeah. That's kind of, you know what I'm saying, what it was.
Did that feel like that was the best team you all played that year? Or did you?
Yeah, most definitely, man. I mean, Cam Newton himself, he was crazy. I never seen nothing like it. 6'6", 270, 280 pounds, athletic is like as heck. He can literally, do anything with that ball. Like he'd be going one way, stomp on a dime, go the next, go the opposite way. So it was. I highly recommend that they was part of the best team that year. I mean, it shows they was national champions. National champions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you guys went on to end the season 6-6, and then played Pittsburgh in the BBVA Compass Bowl in Birmingham.
Yep.
So you played in Nashville, and you played in Birmingham. Which one did you have more fun at?
It was. I would probably say Birmingham. I mean, probably because I played a little bit more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably say Birmingham, but it's something happened. One of them games was freezing cold, man. I forgot what it was. I think it might have been the one in Birmingham when we played Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured it would probably be a tough answer for you because you all lost both games. So I figured either way, it's like, well, we lost both games. But, I mean, I didn't know if – and I kind of figured you say Birmingham because Nashville being so close, it's a place that a lot of Louisvillians go to all the time anyway.
Yep. So I had a lot of family members down there. So I would say Birmingham we played Pittsburgh. Yeah,
so we just talked about whenever I saw you between your sophomore and junior year at Jefferson Mall. And I want to remind you of something that I don't know if you remember when we had this conversation. We made a bet before that Louisville game because I always gave you crap about you going to Kentucky and not Louisville. Yeah. And you made a bet that you was going to have like 4 sacks and all that stuff. Do you remember what happened after the game, though, what I did?
I don't. I remember seeing you at the mall, but I don't remember.
So after the game was over, because that was the Teddy Bridgewater coming out party. That was you all hurt Will Stein, and then Teddy Bridgewater came in and eventually won the game for us, him and Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
And I texted you after the game and was like, man, like, you balled out because you did still play well. It wasn't like you played bad. And I was like, it sucks that you're upset and everything, but, I'm going to keep up with you all season. You texted me back. You're like, thanks, bro. Like, y'all got a good team and everything. I didn't know if you remember that we made that bet. And
I remember we was right there by the food court.
Yep.
I remember we was right there by the food court.
Yeah, that was a fun game though. But um, I mean, could you tell, because you were a junior at that point, and you're seeing a freshman come out there, and at that point, that's the biggest game of his life.
Yeah.
With Teddy Bridgewater coming in a hostile environment against the rival, could you just see that dude was different in that game?
Yeah, most definitely. We already knew though. You get what I'm saying? I mean, we already kind of heard about him from just being around, especially me from being from Louisville. And then, Joke and Strong had a good relationship, and we knew that he was going to try to come in the game. We knew Stein or whatever his name was wasn't going to play the whole game because he couldn't, adjust to the type of defense that we was giving him that game.
Yeah.
So we was expecting it, but we didn't know he was going to be running around. I think they got a picture of it. I think he might have stiffed on me on one play.
Oh
he
man,
might have stiffed on me. Yeah, but not Teddy, man. He was a freak athlete. But then you got my dog Devontae, man. He just outmatched, and you know what I'm saying. Just manhandled the cornerbacks and our safeties. It was a man amongst boys. So
Devontae's finally starting to get his pub in the NFL now too, man. With Miami,
Yeah.
signed that big contract with Miami, and people are finally starting to see for what he is. That dude is an absolute monster. And if he had a quarterback in Miami, that dude would be, I feel like, an all-pro wide receiver.
Yeah, easily. And once he gets that, that's exactly what he's going to be. Yeah,
Hopefully that's what Tua is for him.
Yeah, he can jump, he can run routes, catch, he can do, you know what I'm saying, he can do whatever.
Yeah, so this was an up and down season for you. You guys didn't make a bowl game, but you all did beat Tennessee for the first time in a few decades.
I remember that.
Yeah, and so now that you said that about Tennessee, how you were thinking about committing there, how did it feel to know that you were the first team in our lifetime to beat Tennessee?
It felt great. Actually, it's crazy because that's the game where I was the type of player where they used to take me out when nickel came in, nickel defense.
Yeah,
I knew how to play it, but they already had a guy, a middle linebacker, who been there, and they felt comfortable with him playing. So at this point, I've been working hard all week long to get this spot because I'm like, there's no way he's better than me. So when that game came around, I ended up playing that middle linebacker position, and we ended up winning. So it gave me another boost. Like, hey, this is where I'm supposed to be. Now it's time to really turn up and be consistent. You know what I mean? Now I done show glimpse of me being able to play at this level. Now it's time to really turn all the way up.
Yeah. So there's something that people that know you or that follows you would know this story, and you and I have already talked about it. And I remember the first time I texted you, I was like, can we talk about it? And you're like, I absolutely want to talk about it. And the thing that I always wanted to say with this was I wanted you to tell it from your point of view because we've only see it from the media point of view. So this was in between your junior and senior year, correct?
Yeah.
This is in between your junior and senior year. There was a story that came out which ultimately led to you getting dismissed from UK's football team.
Right.
But like I said, I want to give you the chance to tell the story from your point of view and what happened. Now, it may be exactly how the paper put it. It may be different, but I want to hear it from your point of view, and then, we'll go from there.
Gotcha. So basically, I think it was like on a Sunday. I went to a rap battle with a group of my friends, like 3 friends. I think it was called Dope 16. It was in Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the rap battle with 3 guys. All right. So I left the rap battle early. I'm the driver. Those 3 guys drove with me.
Okay.
So as I'm going, before I go back to Lex, I'm about to go get a haircut. It's a Sunday, but my brother owns a barbershop, and I don't get my haircut in Lexington. So I'm like, hey, well, my brother's telling me if I need to come on, I need to come on now. So I go and meet my brother at the barbershop to get a haircut. My phone goes dead. The 3 guys that I was with, that was with me, are no longer with me no more. But one of them left his keys, and he left a bag of pills in the car. My phone's dead. I don't know the pills in there. I don't know his keys is in there. So I go get my hair cut. All right. I come out of the barber shop. I'm just sitting in my car. I never smoked weed before. I never booked. So I'm sitting in my car and I got a taco on my lap. So I don't know if people know how to roll weed or whatever the case may be. So I'm putting the sauce on my taco as it's sitting in my lap. So the police officer, it's on 6th and Oak. The police officer drives by. I'm not thinking of it because, like I said, I just come out of the barber shop. I'm just chilling. He drives by the first time and he's looking silly. So then he comes by the second time and he jumps behind me. But again, my car's still on. I haven't moved. I'm not doing nothing. So he asked me, what am I doing in this area? It's the high narcotics area. It's a Sunday. I forgot what time it was. It might have been like 6, 7 o'clock. So I'm telling him I just got my hair cut. And he's like, well, ain't no barbershop open on Sunday. So I'm like, man, you can just see the line. You can smell it on me. You know what I'm saying? And my brother just pulled off like 2 seconds ago. I can call him back to turn around.
But your phone's
So
dead.
he's like, nah. Huh?
But your phone's dead, so you can't really call
But
it.
my phone's dead. My phone's dead, so I don't know nothing. You see what I'm saying? I don't even know my friend's keys in the back of this car. I don't even know these drugs in the back of this car. So he ended up, he's like, no, you ain't got to do that. But would you mind? We've been seeing a lot of, interaction coming in and out of this apartment. Would you mind if I search your vehicle? And I'm like, no, I don't mind. I mean, like, I'm not doing nothing. Yeah. So at this time, I got my UK ring on, and I had like $2,700 on me. I just got my refund check back from school. My birthday was on the 7th. I think I got locked up on, I don't even remember what day it was. Meaning, like, I had my birthday card in there. I had the receipt from the refund check and my ring. I had it all literally in my hand because I'm trying to move stuff out of the way. So he's like, well, you got anything on you? I'm like, no, I just got a lot of money on me. You know what I'm saying? I just got my refund check. So he's like, that's fine. Can you step out of the car? I step out of the car, let him search. I'm talking to another officer. Actually, I think the guy who pulled me over used to play for you. He was like a walk-on or something like that. So we talking whatever about the game. He knew who I was and, asked me about the ring. And the other officer was like, bingo, we got something. So it's not registered to me, that he's talking, that they found something. Because, again, I don't know nothing's in there. So we talking, and he was like, did you know you had some pills in the back of your hair? So I'm laughing like, huh? Yeah, hold on, I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. So I'm talking, so I'm thinking he's playing the whole time. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, ain't no dang on pills back there. Like, you know what I mean? So he's, the other officer say, no, I need you to put your hands on the car. I'm looking like for what? And he's like, we just found narcotics in your car. I'm like, man, you ain't found that. At this point, I'm furious. You know what I'm saying? You done planted this stuff on me. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, what do you mean you done found some drugs here? It ain't mine. So it was a pair of pants in the back of the car. In the pair of pants, it was my guy's keys, and it was the narcotics.
In the pocket, right?
In his pocket.
Yeah.
But at this point, come on, man. How's it gonna look? I'm trying to explain to him that they're not mine. I got a pocket full of money on me.
Yeah.
It's not gonna look good. So I'm trying to explain it to him. He's not listening. He's like, hey, you gotta take you to jail. You're freaking out in court. At that point, wasn't even nothing else I can do. So I end up going to jail, called my friend and told him he's trying to come up there and confess that it's his. It was over. It was. I called Joker while I was locked up. Joker was pissed. Joker, great guy. But it was one of them things where he was like, Ridge, I love you, but I don't love you enough to lose my job. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, if I keep you, then I'm gonna lose my job. Because this is the second time you done got in trouble. And Mitch, I think it's Mitch Barnhart.
Yeah.
Mitch Barnhart ain't gonna go for it. So I'm frustrated. I'm mad. I'm like, nah. Like, hey, I'm bringing my friend up there to show him this is the keys that goes to his car. This is his pants. All this stuff. They wouldn't hear it. So,
man, yeah, that's
yeah.
a little different than what they painted it in the newspapers.
Yeah, they said I was asleep. They said I was rolling. Like, it was all types of crazy stuff, man. Like, no, again, I listen. No lie. My problem always been women. I never had no problem with drugs. I never did no weed. I never did no liquor. None of that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when he said he seen me rolling, so now I asked him, you said you seen me rolling weed. Then where's the weed? What you seen on my lap was a taco. Taco still on my lap. You see what I'm saying? So it was one of them things, but I couldn't fight it, man. I believe in science, man. So I just let it play out how it played out, and kind of went from there, man. But I have to admit, it altered my career. It altered my life, But I mean, for the most, I'm blessed. No, it's nothing to complain about. Everything happens for a reason. But like I mentioned to you in the beginning of the interview, it took for that situation for me to realize that everyone wasn't for me, and for me to understand that if I wanted to go to the next level, I had to turn it up on a whole nother notch.
So,
because I had the talent, but I was coasting it. I was mediocre.
So what happened? Did they let you come back to the campus?
No.
Or they just said it's over. You don't even have to come back to campus.
No, I had a meeting with Joker. So I had a meeting with Joker the next morning, and man, it was me. It was Coach Rock. Coach Rock is the strength and conditioning coach. He's actually the strength. I don't know if he's still there, but I know he was there with the basketball team. Mm-hmm. Me, Coach Rock, and Joker. And he kind of just explained it to me like, I can't keep you. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't keep me? At this point, because I'm thinking, it's all going to go over. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Man, he said, I can't keep you. So I'm telling Coach, like, you send me back home to get my head busted, or for me to bust somebody else's head. Like, it's really that real. Like, I can't go back home, Coach. Like, I'm living in the trenches.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized it wasn't never personal. It was business. Joker loved me to death, checked up on me. He did everything he could to get me to another school. But at the same time, he wasn't ready to miss food, or take food off his table just to keep me, because he made it clear, if I keep you, they're going to let me go.
Yeah. So,
you know what I mean?
So after UK, you end up at West Alabama, is that right?
Yeah, I went to West Alabama down there with Will Hall. So I played at West Alabama with Will Hall. And a lot of people don't know, I was down there with Malcolm Butler.
Wow.
Malcolm Butler was the cornerback down there. Malcolm Butler's the guy that caught that interception in that, was it the Super Bowl?
You see the hat? See the hat?
Yeah.
He picked up the Seahawks to win us the championship, man.
Yep. So, man, Malcolm Butler was the cornerback down there that year. Yep. I went there 2011, I think.
Nice. So how did you end up there? I know you said Joker was reached. Did they reach out to you, or is it something that Joker got you in touch with? Or?
I can't, to be honest, man. I had a group of family members and friends contact me, let me know, like, it ain't over. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you need to do. We're going to get you another school. And I don't know how. It became between North Alabama and West Alabama. So Janoris Jenkins, you remember him?
Yeah.
He got in some trouble that year. He might have went to Auburn.
I'm not positive.
One of them SEC schools.
Yeah.
So Janoris Jenkins, he's still in the NFL right now. Last time I checked, he was with the Rams. So Janoris Jenkins, he went to one of those schools. So they was like, well, hey, if they're taking troubled kids or kids that have got in trouble, we need to get you down there. It's another thing. So do you know Cam Newton? When Cam Newton got in that trouble, about that money scam, with it was a guy named,
he stole a laptop out of one of his teammates' apartments or something, right?
No, not that. You know, when they kept trying to say that somebody was giving his mom or his dad money.
Yeah, yes, I do remember that. Okay. Okay.
So it's a lady here that I know that knows Kenny Rogers. So I guess they heard that, I'm a SEC player going to a Division II school. So somehow Kenny Rogers gets on my line. Kenny Rogers is the guy that's, quote unquote, supposed to have been the one that was supposed to be paying Cam Newton or whatever the case may be, whatever that scam was. So Kenny Rogers sends out a list of, hey, man, I got this 6'4", 250-pound linebacker, junior year, he got one more year, projected to go to the NFL, woo, woo, woo. So my phone just starts blowing up. Like, I got teams calling me left and right. So, again, I was supposed to go to North Alabama, but they didn't have enough room. Matter of fact, it was a situation where the AD was like, hey, we're going to try to go a different way, because I think Janoris kind of went down there and stunk it up. I think he kind of made it, worse, made it bad to where they didn't want to take no more kids that didn't get in trouble. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that point, again, I pay attention to signs. I never met nobody by the name of Ridge. So I go to West Alabama, man. I drive down there 8 hours. I'm talking about no air. I'm in a little bucket Nissan. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm struggling. And I meet a guy named Ridge. So I'm like, nah, this can't be true. Like, y'all playing, because you go to these colleges, man, they'll do the most. Like, it's crazy. They'll do whatever they got to do to, kind of get you to go to the school. So, nah, he was like, my name is Ridge. It was like Ridge. I forgot his last name. But I met a guy down there named Ridge, and it just let me know, like, okay, maybe I need to go down here. So me and Coach Will Hall met him, had a good feeling with him, and it was exactly what I needed, man. It was off in the country. It was off in the cut. I didn't have no money. I didn't have, nothing to distract me. It humbled me a lot. The stuff that I was worried about while I was at UK, I didn't have it worried no more. Like, I was actually, at peace and content with myself, and it made me focus up on what I needed to do. Be honest, man, we spoiled. I know I've been spoiled, but, like, what's his name? Malcolm Butler, them guys was living in trailer homes. You see what I'm saying? Like, they living in, Like, they got porta potty, restrooms and stuff. So, like, it was, and to them, they was fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
to
they
them,
didn't know what it was like at a bigger college when they got everything handed to them.
They was cool, and I didn't understand how privileged I was until I got there. So, at UK, I was getting like $1,200 a month for room and board. I don't know how, but I think that UK was one of the highest paid colleges in the SEC when it comes to, stimulus check every month.
Yeah.
So, again, when I got to West Alabama, man, it humbled me, and it just made me realize, like, I got to tighten up. If not, I'm going to be another woulda, coulda, shoulda. So.
Yeah, so speaking of that, this is just off topic because I just wanted.
Yeah.
So you going down there and seeing all that stuff? Did you watch any of Last Chance U that's been on Netflix? Like, did that kind of thing? You haven't watched that?
I watched a little bit of it, but I'm not gonna lie. I be so busy, man, with everything I got going on. Like, it's kind of hard, man, to watch TV for real, for real.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, you should check it out, because I feel like you, of all people, would be able to. It'd probably take you back, because just the stuff that you're talking about, man, it follows like the best JUCOs around.
Yeah.
And
I seen it. And a lot of those kids that was at West Alabama went to them little schools. Like, I even had a guy, his name was Steph. He plays for the Raiders, man. He's a receiver. I forgot his last name. I forgot, man. He might not even be with the Raiders no more. But so that D2 school I went to ended up producing like three or four NFL guys.
That's crazy. So
yeah.
You were there. You played. It shows that you were playing that piece. Like, I believe you, because if you look at your stats, you play like an absolute monster.
Yeah.
You won the GFC defense player of the year. You were all GSC first team, all Super Region 2 selection. You have 52 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 9 sacks.
Yep.
So I'm going to add this part in there, because the question that I said, or that I had, was, did it come easier because of the competition or because you had worked so hard? Would you say it was because it was easier? Was it because you had worked so hard, or was it because you were more at peace, or was it just a combination of all three?
I think it was a combination of all three, man. But at the same time, people don't understand. Like, you might have one or two teams down there that, that shouldn't be on the schedule.
Yeah.
But every team, matter of fact, I think it was literally 5 or 6 NFL offensive linemen. 5 or 6 offensive linemen that went to the NFL from that division. You see what I'm saying? Like,
that's insane.
And they're still playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the competition was there. It might not have been there throughout the whole team, but what the position I was going up against, the tackles and the guards and all that, like, It was a matter of fact. I remember Valdosta State. Their 2 tackles still in NFL today. I forgot their name, but I'm telling you, we used to battle, literally.
So you went to the playoffs when you were there. I think they won the conference championship the year after you left. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what was it like playing in the playoffs there? Because it's different. Because a lot of that at that point, D2 had like what they have for the NCAA basketball, and kind of what they have now in college football, but they have more of a playoff bracket in that, right?
Yep. I mean, like, it was great, man. I mean, it was one of those things where I can only do so much. So they stopped running to my side. They start making weaker links become players. And once they do that, it was more of a coaching thing. They knew for a fact, you know what I'm saying, no bragging the boast, but if they ran to this side, you had me and Malcolm Butler on the same side. So we run to one side, it's shut down. But they start running to the middle, they start running to the opposite side, and I mean, it wasn't too much we could do. But it was we was actually beating the team, Valdosta State, I think, at halftime. Then they ended up coming back and beat us. But
now Valdosta State's a team that I've always heard of as far as D2. Seems like they're the team that's always kind of known for bringing out that talent.
Yeah, Valdosta State, West Alabama, West Georgia, and North Alabama. They are the teams, D2 teams that you can go get some raw talent from, and they can play D1. Because a lot of those guys got in trouble and had to go to these schools.
Yeah. So what if you had to say, man, like did you enjoy your experience at West Alabama despite what had already happened?
Man, it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me a lot that I needed to know. And to be honest, if I never would have went there, I feel like I wouldn't have focused and tightened up as much as I have. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It humbled me. It humbled me in a great sense. I mean, sometimes, man, we living and we think we're doing everything right, but it takes for God to show you, like, hey, no, maybe you need to. Because after that, I haven't heard from those friends that I was with that was in the car that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I learned a lot of people weren't really for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, it taught me a lot, and I'm glad that I went through it. And I just wish that I would have learned the lesson that I knew after the fact, before the fact, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you had a short stint with the Chiefs. You said they cut you, and then they ended up putting you on the practice squad. But still, I mean, your picture on Facebook is still the helmet, or still in the practice uniform, man. What was that like? I mean, I know coming up as a kid, that had to be your dream. It's playing in the NFL or playing in a professional sport.
It's so crazy, though, man. I had a friend and family member write me, and he said, Ridge, I used to get mad that you didn't make it as long as you want. And I responded back to him, I made it as long as I needed to, and I learned what I needed to from the NFL. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, wow,
you can't take it. You can't take it away. I got an NFL check. You can't take it away. You look on Google, it's gonna pop up. I didn't play the longest, but at the same time, I got the experience I needed from it, and I got the life lesson that I needed from it. You see what I'm saying? In practice, and I'm going back to it, the confidence thing. So I'm battling. Like, to be honest, there's no reason why I shouldn't have made it, or there's no reason why I shouldn't be playing in the NFL right now. That issue at UK came back to haunt me. You get what I'm saying? So at practice, I'm going up against Albert. Was it Albert Johnson? I think he was a Pro Bowl offensive lineman. So literally, like, we going against each other. I'm beating him in one-on-ones. He's calling me out. He's like, I want the younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just gave me a sense of confidence. Like, hey, I'm supposed to be here. Everything that happened in my past was meant for this, meant for me to, pretty much gain this, be at this time. So, we'll be at practice, we'll be doing one-on-ones, and Tom Ali and Justin Houston, they'll be like, hey, we want Wilson behind us. And I mean, I call it how I see it. I mean, to be honest, after them, it wasn't, I'm not going to say it wasn't no talent, but I feel like I was the second best option.
Yeah.
After them. You know what I mean? Everybody else is kind of role players. They weren't going to mess up, but they weren't going to be the one that really make that play. But they released me. They brought me back right after Christmas. Man, I was wrapping gifts with my kids, and I got that call. I'm talking about I was stressing. I was beating myself up. Like, what is it? What can I do? What I need to do? Like, I stopped working out. I wasn't really ready, but they brought me back for the rest of the season. Then we ended up losing to the Colts in the playoffs. That's when Andrew Luck ended up coming back and beat us. And then they ended up releasing me that next year. They brung up, what is the guy name that plays for San Francisco? He's a linebacker. Went to Auburn. Forgot his name. Younger guy. He's probably been in the league 4 or 5 years. Dang, I forgot his name.
Who it was.
Any linebackers on San Francisco? He jumped off sides or did something recently, and he got somebody a flag, or he cost him the game. I forgot the guy's name.
So they called him up?
So they end up bringing him up, and once they brought him up, they released me. So this is how crazy it is, though. So we had like 8 guys get released that year, right? All 8 guys get picked up. So I go home. I'm probably home 2 weeks.
Yeah.
First time I'm home like 6 months. Remember I said they called me back on Christmas. The second time I'm home like 2 weeks. I get a call from the Texans. Everybody get picked up from the Texans. Man, I'm ready to get on the plane. I'm ready to fly out. I'm booked. I got everything ready. I get a call from the GM. I get a call from my agent, Bus Cook. Bus Cook is he's the agent. He has Cam Newton, Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss. He was pretty much known for Brett Favre. That was his first client.
Okay.
Bus Cook. So Bus called me, was like, hey, man, I got some bad news. Bus plays all the time. So, I'm like, what? At this point, can't be too much bad news. I'm on my way to another team. Man, he said, well, we already booked everything, and, you're supposed to fly out tomorrow. But the GM wants to go on a different route. I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, they don't want any guys that had any trouble background. Crush me. Crush me.
I mean, that stuff was thrown in your face it ended your dream. It
basically ended everything that I had going on. And it was one of those things, like I said, I pay attention to signs, man. So I'm like, it's cool. I can't control that. Maybe it's not meant to be. I can only do so much. You know what I mean? Ain't no sense of crying over something I can't control. So I end up getting a workout with Detroit. Detroit was looking for, I had 2 workouts coming up, Detroit and Jacksonville. So Detroit was looking for like a defensive end, hand in the dirt type of guy. I'm a 3-4 stand up. So, Bus was like, hey, just go ahead and go out there. If they need you, they'll use you. So I ended up going out there. I did good. They liked me, but they were saying, you're a little too small for what we used to. They used to people like, was it Adamical Sue, whatever his name is?
Yeah.
That's when he played for them that year. So they was like, if anything changed, we'll let you know. So then I have a workout with, who is that? Jacksonville Jaguars. They brought in 3 guys. I go down there and destroy it. I'm ready. I'm amped up, focused. Like, they take me to the back. They're ready to sign me.
Yeah.
Then 2-3 minutes later, like, it's to the point where they told the other guys to go home. They ready to sign me. 2-3 minutes later, they bring the security guy comes in there. He's like, hey, man, we seen that you again, in the NFL, bro, it's like the FBI. Like, they know your mama, your daddy, they know everything about you. So he came, he was like, hey, we seen that you got in some trouble in college. I'm like, yeah, but at this point, man, I've been in and out of college, playing in the NFL for about 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? So that stuff is old. Plus, you can call the Chiefs, and they'll vouch for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I haven't got in no trouble since I've been there, and all that stuff is behind me. It's not no felon or nothing. Like, don't smoke or don't drink, I don't go out or nothing. So he was like, okay, let me tell, them what's going on. Man, they come back, and they tell me that they're going to go a different way. So at that point, I start getting discouraged. I'm like, man, you know what? F this. I don't know what else to do. I'm trying. I haven't got in no more trouble. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all I can. I try to go over to the CFL. I actually went to Toronto for preseason. To be honest, I couldn't transition, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the game is so different over there because it's one of those things where, in the NFL, you own the ball.
Yeah.
Over there, you 1 yard off the ball. So I'm making my first move on my fourth or fifth step in the CFL, but in the NFL, it's my first or second. So I look unorthodox, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to work on it, man. People don't understand. Like, the CFL is totally different. Like, you got guys running in motion where everybody's standing still.
Yeah, you can have forward motion before the snap in the CFL, right?
You see what I'm
I feel
saying?
like that would be so, like you said, unorthodox for somebody that's played regular football their entire life to have to transition to that.
Yep. So it was one of the things I couldn't fathom, man. And to be honest, at that point, I'm like, you know what? I know I can play. I done showed it. I done did it. And everybody keep telling me, man, like, don't give up. Like, bro, somebody gonna give you a shot. Don't give up. Like, you got it. Just, you need to find somebody that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna buy into it. So I needed money, man. I needed money. So I'm like, I can't go back to the street. So, I have to figure something out. And I can't just get a regular job because when I work a regular job, I'm too tired to work out. And I just, I'm saying, I wasn't working. So I had kids.
Yeah.
But then at that point, I started investing in myself. Excuse me. So at that point, I started investing in myself. And to be honest, man, the focus started changing. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to play, and I knew you know what I'm saying? I still wanted to go back to the NFL, but the focus was different. So after that, it's probably been a year go by. Then I keep hearing about this spring league. So you got the spring league come up. You got Johnny Manziel. You got what's that, Mod Bradshaw. You know what I'm saying? Household name people. Anthony Dixon, he played at San Francisco. He played at Mississippi State. He was a running back. A lot of guys that was trying to get back into the NFL, and a lot of guys that was, you know what I'm saying, trying to continue their career. So I went down there and balled and literally, like, destroyed the whole league. And I ended up getting picked up by the Raiders. So the Raiders, they ended up bringing me into their season. They ended up bringing me into their rookie mini camp because I still could be considered a rookie because I didn't have
never played an NFL game,
never played an NFL game. So they brought me to rookie mini camp, but they was trying to get me to play like middle linebacker. So again, once I'm trying to learn to play. When it's only 3 days, what people don't understand, when you go to rookie mini camp, you only pretty much got 2 practices, 2 or 3. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not just thinking that, you know what I mean? It's like trying to put LeBron James at center. He's still going to be LeBron James, but he ain't going to be down there drop stepping up and under, doing all of his stuff. So I'm playing middle linebacker rather than me playing the outside linebacker. I'm trying to fathom the game and trying to understand the plays to where everybody's supposed to be going, the calls I need to be making, rather than me just moving. And it was kind of too much. So at that point, I'm just like, man, listen, I'm done, man. I've been going in and out of this stuff. You know what I mean? I got kids at home. I got to get money instantly. I love the game. I'm cool and content with how far I made it. I know for a fact that I can play in the NFL, but at the same time, everything happens for a reason. And I just kind of, been cool with that and accepting that for real.
So explain to everybody what you're doing now. I mean, I see it because I'm friends with you and, we stay in contact, but explain to everybody what you're doing now. And I want you to make sure that you pub your business and get it out there to where people can get in contact with you.
Gotcha. So right now, man, I have a food truck, and I have my sister working for me. I have a Party World Rentals, meaning where we rent out inflatables, we rent out a party bus, we rent out. I got it's like a paintball shooting assassin type of thing where we come to your house, set it up, set the bunkers up, bring the guns, etc. What else? We do mascots, cotton candy machines, etc. And then my main gig is my truck company. So I have contracts with like Mattress Firm, Sam's Club, Sears, Home Depot, things in that nature. So, and I've been doing this, like I said, when I went, my last interaction I had with an NFL team was like 2017. That's when I had the rookie mini count with the Raiders. And then I ended up coming home. So I've been doing business about 3-4 years, man. And to be honest, I'm blessed. You know what I mean? Like I've had to work a regular job, and I've I was bringing in $200-300 a week, and no bragging the boats, and I'm blessed to be able to still to make NFL money just by running business.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, and again, it just me going through everything I went through just taught me the small intangibles about life. Staying humble, working hard, and all that stuff. But at the same time,
What things you need to get into, what things you need to stay away from.
Exactly. So if I would have worked as hard as I work now at my businesses, I wouldn't have to work. If I would have worked as hard as I'm working now with my business with the football, I wouldn't have to work as hard as I'm doing now. But
so do you still miss football, or is this
most definitely, man?
up?
I mean, to be honest, and another reason why I kind of stopped for real, because I started having like small back problems too. I've never been hurt, and I pay attention to signs. So it was one of those things where I never been hurt, and then once I started getting hurt, I started having a sciatic nerve problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I started having, a nerve go down from my back down to my leg to where it was hurting me to drive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe that's a sign. So then I couldn't really work out for real, but then my business is, excelling. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to kind of take a chill pill, relax, and go from there. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. But don't get me wrong, man. I'm 29 years old right now. I swear, I feel like I can go train for a month and get out there and play with the best of them. But at the same time, everything happens for a reason, man. But that situation in the UK has literally altered my career. Nobody to blame but myself. But I had literally teams, shy me away after 2 or 3 years, 4 years of me being gone and from the situation. So.
All right, man. So we got rapid fire questions. I explained it to you before we started. I'm gonna shoot you a question. You tell me. You give me the answer as quick as you can.
All right.
So you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite shoe currently and all time?
Jordans.
Which any specific one?
14 Jordan 14s.
Okay. Favorite pregame meal?
I like chicken breast, grilled.
Okay. All right. Did you have a pregame ritual?
I used to write in my notes, my to-do list. I wanted to have 15 tackles, 2 sacks, all of those stuff. Stuff that I needed to work on the previous game before that I need to work on that game.
All right. Favorite basketball, football, and athlete of all time?
Mine, I'm a Ray John Rondo fan, maybe because I know him and you kind of know his story. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I kind of followed behind his steps, playing with Doug Bibby. Doug Bibby was a high school coach, and, friends and, cool with Dirk Anderson, all that stuff. So I would say Ray John.
What about football player?
Football, to be honest, Ray Lewis.
And what about favorite athlete of all time? Could be any sport. Just like this is your guy. Is that Rondo still?
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably Muhammad Ali.
I feel like you kind of had to say that being from Louisville.
You got to, man. The people, I wasn't in his era, but just to see the impact that he made for the city and for himself, coming from this small city, it just had to show you how important he was.
Well, this one may be off way because you said you don't really get a chance to, but we'll see either way. Favorite TV show currently and all time?
I don't know, man. I don't even watch TV. TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna say Wild 'N Out. Would that be considered a show?
Yeah. All right.
What's that one show? Ridiculous.
Yeah, Ridiculousness. Yeah, with Rob Dyrdek.
Yeah.
All right. Pizza or tacos?
Taco.
Wings or burgers?
Wings.
All right. Drums or flats?
I'm a drum type of guy.
Okay. What's your favorite cereal?
I like Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles are fire. Favorite candy?
Candy? I don't know, man. Twizzlers, I guess.
All right. French fries or tater tots?
I need French fries. Tater tots nasty.
I'm right there with you. I get crap from my friends because they try to say, "No, man, you just gotta have." Here's the thing: if you got soft French fries or crispy French fries, they're good either way. If you got soft tater tots, they're absolute garbage.
It's over. I promise. They used to sell that stuff in school.
Yeah. Favorite ice cream flavor?
I would say cookie dough.
All right. Last one. Favorite album currently and favorite album of all time?
Favorite album currently?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I like that Rich Homie Quan because I was coming out at that time.
Yeah.
It's almost like I feel like then his career was similar. Like he was going for a minute, and then now you ain't heard nothing from him. I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
But that Rich Homie Quan, I think it's called Never Stop Going In or something like that.
Okay.
Rich Homie Quan. And then I don't know, man. I'm a Kevin Gates type of person. I like Gates.
I got you. So, man, this was a big thing for me because with the climate of everything going on right now, and you and I have known each other for a long time, and I knew you owned your own business. And for me, I didn't tell you this, but I wanted to tell you this on here. One of the biggest reasons why right now was a big reason why I wanted to have you on here, man, is because I feel like at this point, it's time for people of my race to step up and help guys like you of your race. And knowing that you have a black-owned business and any way that I can help you by putting this out here like this, man, that's another big reason why I wanted to have you on here. Not just because we're friends and because I know your story. That's some way that I feel like I can at least some way help. And it does. Get it to people that normally wouldn't see your stuff is now going to be able to see it.
Man, I appreciate that. Like you said, man, we've been good friends for the longest. I really appreciate that, honestly,
for sure.
From the bottom of my heart.
And I tell everybody that has a business or whatever that I talk to or has something that they want to publicize, shoot me a picture of it, man. I'll be more than happy to share it on my page, on my personal page and my podcast page. But more than anything, man, I appreciate you taking some time out. I saw, your kids coming up here and messing with me. I heard them.
Yeah, they keep calling me. They don't want nothing. He keep asking me for some slime. He wants to play with slime. I don't got no dang on slime.
That's awesome, though, man. I'm glad to see that things have. I remember when that stuff came out, man, and I was like, that's not what I ever expected to happen with Rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see the way things are going now.
Right.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man. So I'm glad you had me on here. To be honest, man, if it's anything that I can do, let me know. I mean, I got a lot of fellow athletes in the city of Louisville. Justin Green, and he played at the Patriots.
He played for I'd love to get Justin Green play for me.
Yeah, so a lot of guys. He has his own business, and people don't understand, man. When you've been playing football so long, you get kind of locked in on making.
Yeah.
What I had to realize is, long as you content with yourself, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? I was playing in the NFL, making a little bit of money. Justin really made money, making a little bit of money, but I still wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy now, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't understand, man. Growing up, we just think it's NFL, but it's so, man, again, like no bragging, but I'm still making NFL money doing the business that I have. I can still go do the same thing. I'm just not playing the game, and I'm not getting the publicity for it.
Yeah.
So, to anybody out there, man, whatever it is you want to do, just, I always have a plan B, but at the same time, go after plan A like plan B don't exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, again, I appreciate you having me, man. If you need me to set that up between you and anyone else, you got Justin Green, you got Dexter Heyman, Chris Dow, he's overseas. Ray, anybody, just let me know. You know what I mean? We kind of, whatever you need me to do.
When you get together soon, man, it's been forever since I haven't seen you since then. Since we saw each other in the mall, man. It's been forever. I need to get together and get some food or something.
Okay, that's cool with me, bro. You got my number, lock me in, just shoot me a text. I really don't do too much during the weekday, so a weekday will, be good for me. So you just communicate with me and just let me know.
For sure, man. I appreciate you coming on again, man. It's good to see you.
Yes, sir. Be careful.
All right, man. See you.
All right.